Hello everyone. Welcome to another Family Quest Challenge brought to you by the Forsyth County Public Library. My name is Miss Amy and I work at the Hampton Park Branch. Now today I want to talk to you all about some fun arts and crafts projects you can make using leaves. This is the time of the year that they all start coming down. So all you have to do is walk outside, gather a selection of leaves, and there's a lot of fun things you can do with them. Now I went out yesterday and I collected a lot of leaves from outside. I tried to get them in different sizes and different shapes and different colors. So I now have a nice collection of leaves that I'm going to use to do some arts and crafts. So if you all want to go outside and gather some as well, we can do it together. Now, as you can see, some of the leaves that I have are really hard and they have hardened into a crumply shape. They're not flat, which makes them harder to work with. So the first thing that we need to do is to get our leaves wet, then lay them flat to dry. Okay, so I brought a bowl of water into the room. You can do this in your bathroom though, or the kitchen sink, wherever your parents or adults say it's okay. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dump the leaves in and get them nice and wet. As they get wet, they start to soften. So, and you want to push them in gently because if you push too hard, you're going to break them. So I am just going to let them soak for a few minutes until they loosen up and we can lay them flat. Okay, I think they're ready. I let these soak for about 15-20 minutes. I think I had to do it that long because I picked them yesterday and it kind of dried out overnight. But if you pick them and then do it right away, you probably doesn't have to soak for that long. So I'm now going to take them out, kind of shake them off. I'm going to lay them flat on some paper towels. Now just make sure you've got something covering your table. I've got a nice absorbent tablecloth here. So we're just going to take them out, lay them flat on the paper towels, like so. Now I'm going to cover them with another paper towel. I've got about 2 or 3 put together, and I'm going to gently press so they're all flat. And then I'm going to put something heavy on top of them to help with the flattening process. So I happen to have just a big old plastic bin that's full of our paint. So it's nice and heavy, but because this is plastic, it is okay if it gets a little bit wet. So we're going to let these stay flat until they dry, and then we'll start our project. Well, my leaves are now nice and dry and nice and flat, so we get to start having some fun. Now, one of the most common ways that people use leaves with art is by doing leaf rubbings. So I'm going to take one leaf, you guys can see it, I'm going to put this flat, and I actually, since I have sort of a softer, poofier tablecloth, I'm just using a clipboard, but any flat surface will do. So I'm going to put one leaf down and then another one. And then I'm going to cover those with another sheet of paper. And actually I'm going to use the little clip part of my clipboard so the paper stays. And I'm going to do it 2 ways. I am going to first use a crayon and I am going to just rub over the leaf with the side of the crayon. And you can see how the shape of the leaf comes through. I'll walk up so you guys can see it. Can you see the shape of the leaf and the stem? I'm going to use a colored pencil. So let's see. This is a smaller. And again, I'm using the side. I'm not doing the point. I'm using the side of the colored pencil. And it's nice because the different features of the leaf get exposed as you do it. I'll show you what this one looks like. shape of the leaf. So that's one very simple way that you can use leaves in a craft project. And it's fun to do different shapes, different colors. You could even cut these out, make them into a collage. So that's one fun project. Now I'm going to show you some fun ways you can use paint with your leaves as well. You can actually take your leaf and you can paint your leaf and then press it onto some paper and do leaf stamping. You can do that with just one color, or you can paint more than one color to have a multicolor leaf. Then you could also use your leaf as a paintbrush. Dip it into paint, stroke it on the paper, and see what kind of designs you can come up with. So for this one, I'm just going to take my leaf, and I think I'm going to use some orange paint. And I am just going to cover the leaf with the paint. Actually going to do it on a scrap piece of paper, so in case the paint goes over the edges, that's okay. And I'm just going to paint away. And when I have the whole leaf covered, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to turn it upside down onto the paper. And then what you want to do is make sure you press all the way around to make sure that the paint transfers to the paper. You can even kind of brush your finger along to make sure that it all gets transferred. And then you're just going to gently pull the leaf up. Now I'm going to show you guys the one I just did. Is this one here. And I did some earlier ones. I did one that was all green, and then this one I did some orange and some red. Now depending on how the paint transfers, you can either add in if there's some blank spots or just leave it as it is. So that's the leaf pressing. The next thing we're going to try to do is the leaf as a paintbrush. So I'm going to dip it, the ends, into some orange and some green and some red. And then I'm going to stroke it along the paper to see what kind of shapes we can get. This is fun. The fun thing about this activity is just experimenting and having fun and trying different things. So I used this leaf, and I had several different colors on it, and then I used it as a paintbrush on here, and you can see it just made some designs in lots of different colors. And then I used this leaf, but I actually ended up using the very tip of the stem as almost a paintbrush. And I tried to do some things. I actually ended up trying to write. So I spelled the word leaf, and then I tried to use it to draw a picture of a leaf. So there's really no end of ways that you can play with the different leaves as paintbrushes or as stampers. And there are even more fun things you could do. You could actually paint your leaf white, like I did here, and use Sharpie and draw eyes to make it look like a ghost. Perfect for Halloween time. You can add a little paint and maybe some googly eyes and turn it into a fox. If you find a really big leaf, you can create a mask. It can be a superhero mask or an animal mask. So as you can see, there really is no end of ways that you can use leaves that you find outside to create fun arts and crafts projects. Different sizes, different shapes, different colors. So I encourage you guys to go out in the backyard, see what you have, see what supplies you have in your house, whether it's crayons, paint, maybe some yarn, maybe some googly eyes, and have fun exploring and creating at home. We encourage you, if you create something fun, to send us a picture. We would love to see it. But as always, be safe. Make sure you have a grown-up's permission, and make sure that you don't post your full name or a picture of yourself. And share it with the library on our Facebook or Instagram page. I bet you guys can come up with some really cool things at home. Thank you for joining us for our family quest today. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.